Today's video, the 6 top issues holding back bootstrap CEOs and how to overcome them. Hi, I'm RJ, the CEO coach, and I'm a 6-time venture and private equity backed CEO. And prior to that, I started a couple of bootstrap companies myself. In my career, I've been coached to great success, and now I coach other CEOs to achieve their own higher levels of success. So let's talk about the 6 top issues holding back bootstrapped entrepreneurs and CEOs. Over the past year, I had the privilege of coaching over 40 bootstrap founders, helping them overcome obstacles and grow their businesses. As a CEO coach, I do both group coaching and one-on-one coaching with CEOs and founders. These are the top 6 issues that arose in my coaching sessions and became the focus of areas for professional growth and, more importantly, the growth of those companies. If you're a founder of a small or medium-sized business, stick around because this video is for you. That said, CEOs of larger, even institutionally backed companies often face very similar issues, but on a larger scale. So if you've got 10 employees or even 10,000, the takeaways from these 6 issues could change the trajectory of your company. But before we dive in, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into how you can maximize your effectiveness as a CEO and entrepreneur. So, who are we talking about here? What's a bootstrap company? Well, a bootstrap company is typically a founder-led, self-funded business. In the cases of most of my clients, I reference generated between $1 and $10 million of revenue. But as I said, while these are smaller companies, these issues are often universal to all businesses and CEOs. Some of my larger 8-figure and 9-figure clients face the exact same issues. All right, let's get into this. Challenge number 1 is the lack of a strategic plan. Many founders operate without a roadmap, and that's like driving blind. A strategic plan aligns your team and keeps everybody focused on the company's goals. Yet surprisingly, many CEOs I work with didn't start the year with a clear and written growth strategy. So creating a strategy deck doesn't have to be overwhelming. In my course, the 30-Day CEO Playbook, I teach a very simple method that helps a CEO quickly draft a plan that they can use to grow their companies towards an exit. So check out the free course on my YouTube channel and you'll learn how to write a super fast, simple, yet totally impactful strategic plan. In fact, the 30-Day CEO Playbook addresses many of the other issues we're going to talk about in this video, so definitely check it out. All right, that said, the key to a successful strategy is to have a written plan, one that helps you clarify your own vision, communicates that vision to your team and other key stakeholders, and serves as your roadmap for execution and accountability. Next up is challenge number 2, and that's the lack of a forward financial model. While many founders track past financial performance, few have any clear forward-looking financial model for the next 12 to 24 months. A forward financial model complements your strategic plan by quantifying that growth. Whatever you put in your strategy document should also be reflected numerically in your financial model. So for example, operating investments in people, new products, new markets, new go-to-market strategies, these should all be reflected in your financial model. Your strategy deck is the verbal articulation of your strategy, but the financial model is the numerical representation of that strategy. And importantly, the financial model also becomes your budget and a measure of accountability for your execution. Without it, growth becomes guesswork, and having both a strategy doc and a forward financial model is literally like having a roadmap and a compass for your business journey. Challenge number 3 is all about hiring your first key team members. Many bootstrap CEOs rely on the team that helped them start the business. Sometimes those were friends and family, and oftentimes they're just the people you could afford to get the company off the ground. But when you start operating at scale, you're going to need professionals and functional experts in all the key areas of your business. And so oftentimes once that critical mass has been reached and it's time where the business has kind of reached its ceiling and the CEO and founder realizes that we need some new people and definitely people with higher skill levels, but getting over the mental hurdle of being able to make that investment is really tough. These hires are often the biggest, riskiest investments that founder has made to that point in the company. And these could be like a chief operating officer or a general manager. It could be a CMO, a CRO, a CFO, or a fractional CFO even. Basically hiring out your management team and your exec team to help scale to the next level of growth. So it's literally one of the hardest mindset shifts for a founder, not to view senior level talent as a cost. And the Bootstrap founder has a tendency to view big hires as a cost rather than a revenue driver. So for example, if all of a sudden you realize that you need to hire a general manager or COO and that person costs $250,000 a year, when you're a low single digit, 7-figure company, that's a lot of money. And so it's looked at as a cost. But here's the thing. When you bring in somebody who is really great at what they do and they cost that much money, they're not just a cost, they're likely going to bring incremental revenue. So rather than looking at somebody as a $250,000 cost, you should change your mindset to think, well, that person's also going to bring me $2 to $5 million of incremental revenue. So these hires don't just run your business, they can drive millions in revenue growth. Let's go to challenge number 4, and that's shifting from a profit mindset to a growth mindset. In the 30-day CEO playbook, I talk extensively about CEOs balancing profit mindset and growth mindset. But in short, the difference is, well, you think about a bootstrap CEO, they really had to scratch and claw to get that company off the ground. They counted every dollar. They tried to squeak out as much profit as they possibly could. But once the company's reached a certain kind of critical mass, then that's the time they have to shift into growth mindset, which is a whole different way of thinking. And now it's not necessarily trying to squeak out every last dollar, but it's actually optimizing and making the operational investments that can help you continue to grow. Bootstrap founders naturally focus on profitability. Frankly, it's how they survived in the early days. But again, as I said, once you've got that critical mass, you need to think a little bit bigger. Moving to a growth mindset means prioritizing strategic investments, even if they temporarily reduce your profits, to unlock that exponential growth opportunity. This becomes an easier mindset to achieve once you see it clearly in your financial model. Challenge number 5 is related to underinvesting in that key talent. Too often, I see CEOs trying to hire underqualified candidates for critical roles just because they fit their preferred budget. At different points in my development as a CEO, I made this mistake too. In one case, I wanted to hire a CRO. I had the budget and I had a certain number in mind, and I found plenty of candidates that could adequately fill that role within that budget. However, my favorite candidate was going to cost me a lot more than 6-figure difference than the other candidates, and I almost made the mistake of choosing my second choice. Fortunately, my CEO coach provided the context that the more expensive candidate had a track record of building teams that could generate $10 to $20 million more than the other candidates that I liked and who fit my budget. Once I had that context, it was easy to decide to hire the much more expensive candidate. The result, much higher growth than we expected, and we crushed it. In the case of bootstrap entrepreneurs, one of my clients was a $5 million company looking to double revenue. He was looking for a head of marketing to achieve that growth, but only had a budget of about $100. When I heard this, I said, wait a second, you're trying to go from a $5 million company to a $10 million company. You actually don't need a head of marketing. You really need a VP level marketing person that's probably going to be more in the $200,000 to $300,000 range. So I ask, do you really think that a barely six-figure marketing person can take your company from 5 million to 10 million? It's possible, but scaling is really hard. So most of the time you need professionals who've already worked at that kind of scale. So here's a simple question I often ask my clients. Do you have anyone on your team who's worked at a company the size that you want to become? If the answer is no, it might be time to rethink your hiring strategy and your investments in that talent that you're willing to invest to get that growth. And finally, challenge number 6, founders getting stuck in the minutia. Many CEOs waste time on tasks they enjoy or can do well or think that they need to do, like running the advertising or doing sales decks or coding the website, instead of focusing on vision and growth and team building. Because they scaled the company to critical mass, the founder or CEO often believes that he or she needs to learn the skill and be hands-on in the execution. Instead of learning everything yourself, I always recommend hire an expert. Hire the functional experts that you need, fractional or full-time. Freeing yourself from these tasks is the only way to scale effectively. You'll have the free time to think about what's next in the next opportunity, create a new product, open a new market, recruit the people and the team that are actually going to get you to the next level. If you're stuck in the day-to-day operations, you may grow the company incrementally, but it's unlikely you'll achieve transformational growth. Incremental growth focuses on steady, manageable improvements, such as increasing revenue by 10 to 20% annually. That's great, and you do that through existing processes and strategies, but transformational growth, on the other hand, it's about reimagining the business to achieve exponential results. Think 200 or 300% growth, not 10 or 20% growth. By making bold moves, like entering new markets, adopting disruptive technologies, redefining the company's vision, or hiring rock stars that also can bring a whole bunch of energy and new ideas and new products and things with them. As a CEO, shifting from incremental to transformational growth requires embracing risk, investing in high-impact opportunities and people, and rallying the team around a larger, bigger vision. Again, in the 30-Day CEO Playbook, I address this in deep detail and give CEOs a set of plays to think this way. All right, that's the 6 top issues holding back Bootstrapped CEOs in the past year. From creating strategy to hiring the right team and shifting your mindset, overcoming these hurdles can transform your business. And remember, entrepreneurship is a journey. It's okay to ask for help along the way. If any of these points in this video hit home, please let me know in the comments below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into how to grow and scale your business. Or you can also visit our website at www.the30dayceo.com. Thank you for watching, and go crush it.